What's going on, guys? South Cinematics here. We got Dyson, myself, and Matt on the BTS today. We're going to be filming a video for Bushwhacker Pub here in Regina. Today we're going to be filming all food shots. So we're filming 6 different dishes today. Equipment that we're going to be using is the Lumix S1. I'm going to be on my S1. Dyson's going to be on a Z-Cam. He's got a Rode NTG3 attached there on the side for some high quality sound. And then he's got his Atmos Shinobi, side grip, all the good stuff. I'm rocking a cage, my Shogun, and a top handle.
Yummy, hungry.
We're going to be rocking handheld for the majority of the shots. Because we're shooting food, we're going to be hopping from like one angle to another, backing out, stepping back in, so that's why we're rocking handheld. We did bring the gimbal just in case. Dyson's going to go over the shot list now.
Alright, so here I have created a shot list through Keynote, something you can do very simple, very easy. This kind of just gives us a good reference so that we know coming into the shoot what we want to accomplish. If we see stuff while we're inside, obviously we can change it up and kind of go throughout with the flow with the video.
So we're going to take you along for a little behind the scenes today, show you how Dyson and I are capturing all the shots for today, and how we're getting some really clean looking food shots. So we're just figuring out our white balance right now. We decided that we're going to stick to around like 4,000 Kelvin.
I'm going to be filming 4K 60 as well. I'm going to be getting some closer shots just because I am rocking a 35mm on a Super 35 sensor. So it's going to be a 1.5 times crop, and then kind of switch out between that and the wide angle lens.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be filming in a mixture of 150 FPS, so extreme slow motion at 1080, and 4K 60 FPS. So just mixing it up from the super slow motion to the 4K 60. I might even grab a few 4K 24 10-bit shots. So I'm going to be kind of all over the place. Dyson's going to be focusing on 4K 60, whereas I'm going to just be grabbing kind of everything with the S1. The nice thing about the lighting in here is it's actually really good. There's no light flickering coming off of these overhead lights, so we don't have to worry about that because that can be a little annoying. Generally what I like to do is start at 150, go down to 60 and get a little bit of a tighter shot, and then I'll go and shoot my 4K 24 FPS shot. The shots that I've been capturing right now are with the 24-70 Canon 24-70 version 2. I love this thing. This is great for getting just a more compressed shot a little further away. So what I'm doing is I'm basically going to make a round around the kitchen, and I'm just going to shoot like just random things around the kitchen. So like the pots hanging up on the side there, I'm going to just get a tripod like shot where I'm just sitting there pointing the camera at the pots and grabbing that shot for just extra B-roll. I have done a bunch of shooting in like kitchens of restaurants before. My favorite shot personally in a restaurant is when you can see the kitchen staff behind the counter in like the prepping area here. So if you even just pan the camera over here, you'll see like it's so sick to use all of this as the foreground and then shoot from like far behind and just create some depth. It looks unbelievable, and people are like prepping food on the other side. One of my favorite shots to get when shooting in like a kitchen environment.
No! God, please, no!
Yeah, so we're just grabbing some final shots here. We obviously aren't using a slider, we're getting all handheld shots with the cage. So what I like to do is just toss the camera on the tabletop here, and then I'll use the handle to kind of point up and down, turn all the in-body image stabilization on, click record, and I'm literally just focus pulling. Like we're getting some straight chef tables like type shots. Like either they use sliders or it's just stationary tripod shots, and they're just racking focus on different parts of the food on the plate.
As you can see, we have a flight of beer, which means a whole bunch of little ones. And this is the Chico IPA, and well, let me tell you. Ooh, that slaps.
Bushwhackers hooked us up.
Dyson,
We're
take a
eating
sip.
good. We eating good. Oh, Dyson, who's not a beer drinker, is gonna try dark beer. Honest opinion.
Like I wouldn't drink this on a daily basis. Not a chance.
Oh, right, because it's not a White Claw, is what you're saying. Yeah. All right. Cheers, bro.
You make it look like it's magic.
These on. Yeah. It's fine, but why don't you guys go ask her right now?
Excuse me. How much control do you have over the light?
Alright, what's up guys? So we are back on another separate day here to shoot. This time we're getting some testimonial pieces, so some talking pieces. We have an interview setup right here. We have the Z cam as our A cam, and then the Lumix S1 is the B cam. We have an Aperture 300D2 with a light dome and a grid setup on a metal C stand, newer C stand. Or Kyle are gonna be sitting right here on the chair talking to the subject. So as you can see here, we have the A cam right over my shoulder. So it's shooting directly at Matt right now, and then the B cam is going to be more punched in with the 24-70, so we can get that more crop tight angle right here as the A cam is showing from like the table up. So we have a bunch of extras in the background here too. So we're just kind of filling in the space so it doesn't look empty, obviously. One thing to mention here too, the audio that we're using is a Rode NTG3, and I put the little windsock on it here as well. We're using just a simple XLR cable to a Zoom H4n recorder. And basically what I like to do here is make sure that I'm standing directly in front of my subject, and then I place the mic right in front of them. And then I usually have it maybe, I'd say half a foot away from their face, and then slightly angle it towards them. So that's the audio setup for today. Sounds awesome. We love using this Rode NTG for all of our interview setups.
A lot of other good ones, but Porter's my favorite. In fact,
I built my own kegerator so I can have Palace Supporter on tap at home when I can't get here on the weekends.
And the last thing to mention too is the Kame Bolton light over there in the corner. So that is literally acting as our rim light, so it separates the subject from the background.
Well, for me, Bushwhackers is unique because it's the real deal.
They've taken an old warehouse building. Instead of tearing it down like a lot of things are this day and age.
One real quick thing here, guys. So I'm focusing up on our subject right now. You always want to focus up on the eyes. It's the best place to pull the focus. You're going to get just the sharpest image when you're doing talking head interview videos. Alright guys, so I'm going to be sweeping the entire space, the entire floor here with the DJI Ronin M. I attached the Shogun 7 monitor there, and then we're obviously using the Lumix S1 with a 35mm lens, at f1.4, and I'm just grabbing shots of the servers delivering the food to the tables, and then I'm also sweeping, doing a second sweep. So once all the food is delivered to the tables, then I'm just doing a sweep of every single table and just getting simple gimbal shots, a lot of panning movements and push in and push outs. I'm shooting all these shots in 4K 60 FPS.
Alright, so I'm using the Zcam E2S6 again with my Sigma 35mm. The reason why I did this is because this is essentially a 50mm lens on a Super 35 sensor that I have, so it's a little bit tighter. What I was doing is I was looking for all the little detail shots.
guys, day 3 of shooting here at Bushwhacker Pub. So today we're going to be taking you guys along on the whole brewing process of the beer that Bushwhacker brews here in-house. It's going to be a pretty sweet video, I think. I've never really seen like brewing process from very beginning to very end. But I mean, that's a perk of being a filmmaker and shooting things other than, you know, just music videos and all these different types of videos, is you get to meet a lot of different people and see a lot of different businesses. Right now we're in the Malt Room here at Bushwhacker, underneath the restaurant, and we are going to get some shots of the malt being grinded. So it's going to get pretty dusty in here, so we're going to make sure that we're not swapping lenses. I'm going to be using the Sigma 35mm f1.4 to get all my shots in here. We're probably only going to stay here for like maybe a couple minutes at most, and then dip out because it's just going to get super dusty in here. Yo, you want to get BK after this? I could use a Whopper, NGL.
Holy moly.
Or a Boar Burger. You gonna ask me if I can get one, bro? And that's a wrap for today's video. And guys, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Subtle Cinematics, as we post a ton of bite-sized educational videos, exclusive behind the scenes on our sets, and more. If you do hook us a follow on Instagram, we'll hit you with a follow back, because if you're supporting us and our growing community, we'll support you. Thanks everyone for watching today's behind the scenes. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more filmmaking tips, tricks, behind the scenes, vlogs, and more.